Let's talk Pi network. If you're holding Pi coins, you might think you've just been casually mining on your phone, but what's coming next could change everything you thought you knew about this project. You've been tapping that flame icon for years, nurturing a digital currency that's lived in its own bubble. Maybe it felt like a game, or just a daily habit, but behind the scenes, a global experiment was quietly taking shape. For a long time, it felt like your Pi coins would never see the real world. The app was closed, the coins were locked, and the outside world barely noticed. But now, as of December 23, 2025, things are finally moving. The countdown is real, and the anticipation is building across the entire Pi community. The open mainnet is about to launch. This is the moment your Pi coins could actually matter. For the first time, you'll have the chance to use, trade, or even sell your Pi on the open market. This isn't just another promise. The code is being written, and the project is on the edge of its biggest leap yet. Developers are working overtime, and the infrastructure is being put in place for a true global rollout. Soon, your coins will be able to leave the closed system and enter the global crypto market. This is the gateway to real-world value, and it's what every Pi holder has been waiting for. This transition will decide their value, their use, and whether your years of mining were worth it. The choices you make now could impact your financial future, and the stakes have never been higher. There's a lot of noise, developer activity, rumors of whale wallets, and wild price speculation. Social media is buzzing, and everyone has an opinion, but not all of it is grounded in reality. My goal: cut through the chaos and explain what's happening, what it means for you, and how to navigate the coming changes. I'll help you separate fact from fiction so you can make smart decisions. We'll break down the open mainnet, the wealth distribution, the price confusion, and give you clear, actionable advice. Whether you're a casual miner or a serious crypto enthusiast, you need to be ready. Your journey as a pioneer is entering its most critical phase. Being informed is your best asset. Stay tuned, because what happens next could define the future of your Pi. What's the open mainnet? Why is everyone in the crypto world buzzing about it right now? Imagine you've built a high-speed train in a warehouse. Sleek, powerful, and full of potential. But it can't go anywhere yet. It's impressive, but isolated from the world outside. That's Pi right now, enclosed, limited, and only useful within its own ecosystem. It's like having a ticket to ride, but the tracks haven't been laid out to the rest of the world. The open mainnet is when those doors finally swing open, connecting Pi to the global crypto network and letting it interact with the wider digital economy. Suddenly, your Pi can be traded on major exchanges, swapped for other currencies, and its value can be discovered by the open market for the first time. You'll be able to use Pi in real-world applications, buying goods, paying for services, and even sending money across borders, all from your phone. Behind the scenes, developers are finalizing the infrastructure, building apps, and preparing the network for a flood of new users and use cases. KYC processes are ramping up to get as many real users on board as possible, ensuring the network is secure, trustworthy, and ready for mass adoption. This is the ultimate test. Can Pi become a widely used, accessible cryptocurrency that truly empowers a global community? The open mainnet will bring price discovery, new opportunities for growth, and the chance for early adopters to see real value from their efforts. But with opportunity comes risk. Volatility, scams, and uncertainty are all part of the open market. Pioneers will need to stay alert and informed. For every pioneer, this is the real starting line. The journey so far was just preparation for what's next. The evidence is clear. Development is accelerating, the ecosystem is growing, and the world is watching closely. The launch is imminent. The countdown is almost over, and anticipation is at an all-time high. The training wheels are off. Now we see if Pi can actually fly, adapt, and thrive in the real world. Get ready for the real race. The future of Pi, and maybe even the future of crypto, starts now. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Pi's wealth isn't evenly spread. While the idea of a people-powered cryptocurrency sounds appealing, the reality is far more complicated, and for many, disappointing. On-chain analysis reveals a stark imbalance. A handful of massive accounts, known as whales, control a huge chunk of all pie in existence. These whales have the power to sway the market with a single move. Out of nearly 16 million accounts, a staggering 84% have less than 10 pi each, amounting to just a few dollars at best. For the vast majority, pi is more a symbol of hope than a source of real wealth. Meanwhile, about 10,000 so-called sharks each hold between 1 and 10 million pi, putting them in a powerful middle tier. These accounts are significant players, but still far from the top. And at the very top, just 22 whale wallets each hold over 10 million pi. These are the true giants of the pi ecosystem, with the ability to influence the entire network. The single largest whale? The Pi Foundation itself, which controls over 52 billion pi. This centralization raises important questions about transparency and control. Such concentration is a red flag for decentralization and creates a real risk of market manipulation. When so much power is held by so few, the system's fairness is always in question. If even one whale decides to dump their coins at launch, the price could crash instantly, wiping out value and hurting millions of small holders who have pinned their hopes on Pi. Pi's narrative as the people's crypto is challenged by this reality. The dream of equal opportunity is at odds with the current distribution. For most pioneers, your fate is tied to the decisions of a tiny elite. The actions of a few can determine the financial future of millions. Understanding this dynamic is crucial as Pi enters the open market. It's not just about price, it's about power, influence, and who really benefits. The future of your holdings depends not just on the market, but on these whales' moves. Their strategies and decisions could make or break your investment. Stay alert to how this power structure could impact Pi's price. Being informed is your best defense in a landscape where fortunes can shift overnight. The game is about to change, and understanding the players is the first step to surviving and thriving in the world of Pi. So who are the 22 Pi whales? We don't know for sure, but there are three main suspects. First, the Pi core team and foundation, standard for any crypto project to hold a big chunk for development and funding. Second, major crypto exchanges like OKX and Gate.io, accumulating Pi to back IOUs and prepare for trading. Third, early adopters who mined huge amounts in Pi's early days and built large networks. These whales' actions, whether holding, selling, or providing liquidity, will shape the market at launch. If early investors cash out, the price could tank. If exchanges and the core team act wisely, things could stabilize. The high-stakes game is about to go public, and the biggest players are ready to move. What's Pi worth? Right now, it's chaos. On some exchanges, Pi IOUs trade around 22 cents, but this is pure speculation. On-chain data shows millions of Pi moving to exchanges, usually a sign holders plan to sell. Many pioneers want to cash out after years of mining, even for a small profit. But if everyone sells at once, the price could collapse. If everyone holds, the price might stabilize. But that's a risky bet. These IOU prices don't reflect Pi's real value in its own ecosystem. They're driven by short-term sentiment and profit-seeking. As a holder, be cautious. Chasing volatile prices is dangerous. Focus on the bigger picture and what's being built within the Pi community. Inside the Pi community, there's a different story: the global consensus value, or GCV, $314,159 per Pi. It's not a market price but a social agreement, a psychological anchor for value. The idea: if enough people transact at this value, it could become reality. Merchants and pioneers are already trading goods and services at GCV rates. Critics say this is unrealistic. Value must be earned through adoption and demand, not declared. Still, the GCV movement is strong, urging holders to ignore low IOU prices and support the vision. Whether GCV survives the open market is the big question. It's a social experiment. Can belief override market forces? A cryptocurrency's value comes from what you can do with it. The Pi core team is racing to build a real ecosystem: apps, marketplaces, and services powered by Pi. The new Pi App Studio update gives developers better tools to create decentralized apps. The more useful apps, the more reasons to use and hold Pi. KYC is accelerating, and developer transparency is improving. The goal: make Pi's world worth joining before the open mainnet opens the gates. Real value comes from real use, not just speculation. If the ecosystem thrives, so will Pi's long-term value. If you're a pure Pi holder, get ready for chaos, rumors, wild price swings, and scams. Stay calm and focus only on official Pi core team announcements. Ignore hype, rumors, and anyone asking for your passphrase. Never share it. Prepare for extreme volatility when the open mainnet launches. Prices could soar or crash in hours. Decide your strategy. Hold for the long-term vision, or sell for quick profit. Just don't act out of panic. Remember why you started: to be part of a movement, not just to get rich quick. The open mainnet is the starting line, not the finish. Support the ecosystem, use your Pi, and keep learning. Your patience has brought you this far. Don't lose it now. Be cautious, be smart, and make decisions that fit your goals. The real work of building value starts now. Stay vigilant and protect your assets. The Pi network is finally stepping onto the world stage with the open mainnet launch. This is the moment of truth. Opportunity and risk are both at their peak. Wealth is concentrated, price battles are brewing, and the ecosystem is being built in real time. The future of Pi will be decided by what happens next, by you and every other pioneer. The core team is laying the foundation, but your patience and caution are your superpowers. Don't fall for scams or hype. Make choices that fit your long-term vision. The dream of a decentralized, accessible digital currency is within reach. You've held on this long. Hold on a little tighter. The final stretch